everyone, Jaymes Mansfield here bringing you yet another video. Oh my god, you guys, today we have something very fun planned on the agenda. Yes, we are going to be doing a wig restoration. Yes, I have one of my very close friends here in Las Vegas has given me a wig today to restore for them. Yes, the one and only Coco Montrese. I'm not joking, bitch. Yes, this is a fabulous mint green wig that Coco wears whenever she performs. I can't remember what number she performs in this, but she performs it a lot at the Garden with me. So if you ever in Las Vegas, chances are you might see this performance. Sorry, Coco, no shade, no shade. Anyways, this is the lovely wig. We pulled over for you. Magic. Oh, it's probably really loud. This is the wig so far. It's a mint green page boy, and she needs some R&R, some TLC, just a little bit of restoration because honestly, she's seen some gigs and she's ready, you know, just for a little freshen up. And I've never really done that for you folks where I show you how to restore a wig that's been well worn. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna take it apart a little bit and try and get it back to a nice pristine style. All right, I'm gonna get all set up and get this pinned down. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Now before I start taking the hair apart and styling it, I'm going to clean that lace. Yes. Let's take our little powder puff here. I'm gonna do that. Ooh, throw it on the ground. I threw it on the ground. All right, we're gonna put that under the lace. Look, no, we're not. First things first. Ooh. First things first, we're gonna take some alcohol and just get that nice and soaked. Spray a little bit on the lace too. This is my work wig styling head, so I don't really worry about makeup gets on it. But you want to basically have this thing soaked so you can start scrubbing it, and that way it's like alcohol seeping in the back and also alcohol on top. And why I'm doing this is one, it looks nicer when the lace is clean, and two, if you do it the right way, you don't run the risk of like the makeup traveling up your hair where you start to have like a root going in your hair because the lace isn't getting cleaned properly. This is a good way to do that to make sure you don't get that happening. So that lace is pretty much almost back to normal. It's a bit stained from the makeup, but that's fine anyway. Depending on what your complexion is, it actually may help because a lot of these laces usually are far too light for people, or it's just a color that doesn't seem like skin tone at all. Gotten a couple of laces where it's like gray, like who the hell has gray skin? And if it's a particularly tougher area, give it a little more alcohol and just try and keep it away from there. Use your finger to block if you have to, just to help guide you where to go. I go back and forth, and it's especially troublesome up and down in a small section. Just rotating like that. But usually back and forth does pretty well. And this also helps the lace from stretching. Look at, you can see the drastic change right there. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of this cleaned. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. The lace is all cleaned. Now, it is time to start going through this hairstyle and deconstructing it a tiny bit so you can get it back to looking how it's supposed to look. Now, as far as wigs go, this is actually one of the better wigs I've gotten for a restyle. Usually I'm used to getting stuff that's like trashed. I remember back in the day when I used to do wigs for Veruca Voorhees, my good friend back in Milwaukee, I would get wigs back where like there'd be a huge streak of red or pink on the side of it because she just performed and I don't know if she was eating her wig or not, but like what the hell did you do? And oftentimes it'd be my own wig that she borrowed and because it'd just come back horrible. She would trash the whole thing. And all I would get back from her is, sorry. Needless to say, I learned my lesson in borrowing out my drag after that. You learn quickly which queens to borrow your drag out to, and it's usually no one. So I'm taking some of the pins out of the bottom right now because basically it's a page boy that's like curled, like the under curl is under here, and it's holding that up. So I'm gonna take the most out that I can from this side so I can start deconstructing it, seeing what we can do here. Looking at it, it's very kind of like a 1950s housewifey kind of hairdo. Like housewife going to like the garden party to really show out. Take our soft brush and start going over the surface. And as you see, there's like dried hairspray here. Like layers and layers and layers of hairspray that we can work through. Ooh, they really went to town pinning this. Okay, there we are. Oh, it's actually a lot longer than I thought. Check that out. But like to the back. Okay, well, to do this hairstyle, you really don't need to have it that long, but we'll see. Let's start going through it and taking some of the old hairspray out. Let's take the brush and start working it. I'm doing it from the side, not a full brush, because I don't want to take away that curl that's already there. I'm going to try and preserve it. Just trying to take the surface level hairspray out. And since it's older and dried out, it'll come right out and flake out. And the good thing about this is that when the hair is worked like this, when we start to tease it, it's going to get even fluffier and bigger. The second style out is always the fluffiest. That's usually how it goes. Like the first brush out and tease out and everything is always the prettiest. It'll always be the softest, the prettiest, the most nice to look at. But the second time you start to style it, girl, it'll get huge. It'll look a little rough around the edges, but it's a drag wig, so it doesn't matter. It's gonna be seen for distance anyway. Well, as you can see, that page boy is still there. So all we need to do is just refresh it a bit. Okay, now, what I'm going to do here is start deconstructing and rebuilding from the foundation. So, packing down the hair from the back and leaving as much of the front unstyled as I can so that I can have something to work with and smooth back. I have to say, like, this is honestly some of the best hair I have gotten back as far as like a used wig goes. Like I said, I'm used to getting like the worst. Like people hand me the worst crap and I'm just like, I don't know what you expect me to do with this except for basically set it on fire. Now I've seen her perform in this a number of times. She has like this big, like elaborate mint outfit that she wears with it that she needs like 2 people to help her get into it. It's so extra, but it looks so beautiful and expensive. But if you're interested in like hairstyling and stuff like this is definitely a good route to go if you want to practice. Like if you have a reputation of being fairly decent at it, take people's old wigs and try and restore them. Because you'll learn a lot from doing it, especially like seeing what other mistakes or what problems happen down the line for people. You can address them and figure out how to fix them. Yeah, she's already gotten a bit bigger than what she was before, because before she was very flat to the head. So now that's gonna sit a nice comfortable distance away from the face. And what I like about Coco when she wears wigs that I've styled is like she's got a smaller head, so the hair looks even bigger. So like I don't have to do that much teasing to really get a nice big hair effect if the client is Coco Montrese. I'm going to smooth this section and I'm gonna basically re-tease the rest of it. And when I come back, I'm gonna start the restructure and basically show you how I'm gonna reshape all of this. But this is basically all the same in the back. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Now I got the whole back smoothed out and re-teased, which took a minute, but we got it going. Now, for the bottom, I have to do a little bit of cutting because it's really long. And rather than like wasting so many bobby pins to do that, we can cut it and then basically tease it to make it do that page boy effect without having to do all that pinning. What we are going to do is magnetized. All right. The top layer, I'm going to cut at an angle. Like that. And the hair will naturally, since there's a curl pattern in it, and I didn't do a lot of over brushing, it will fall under like that. And that way I can sear it with hairspray and heat to get it to basically take that shape permanently. And the good thing about this curl pattern that's already in it is that it basically already tells you where to stop cutting. And if you look at it, that top layer is already taking the shape of the page boy. And when I get to the back of it, all I gotta do is cut that hair a little bit shorter because there's already a tease in it. All right. Now, I'm not gonna cut too much from this front area here where the side is because I do like that under curl that happens there a little bit. So I wanna leave this a little longer. So I'm gonna custom cut this a little bit longer. We're gonna come back to that. Like I said, cutting at an angle. And it's already created that page boy effect with very little effort. Like I said, I'm gonna burn that and sear it into place. But we're gonna get to that when we get to it. All right, now, front. Like I said, I like the way it curls under like that, so I'm gonna basically demo where I wanna cut it. And about right here is where it needs to get cut. And I'm gonna take a black pin and temporarily pin it here because we wanna underflip it, sort of like a Dinah Ross and the Supremes kind of thing. All right, we'll do the same thing on the other side. But first, let's look at this bang because you can see it's kind of droopy. Like I said, with that dried hairspray, just take that dried hairspray out. You should be able to peel it apart and work on re-teasing it. All right, I'm gonna get this section repacked. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I got it all teased out and smoothed like I did the back sections here. Now, for this thing here, this little curl is really what we're gonna spend most of our time on because what we're gonna do is, to make sure there's no teasing left in it, we are going to brush it slowly like that and work our way through it to get to the bottom. So that way we don't disturb the curl, 1, and 2, have something we can play around with that we can lay on the head. The way I like to lay mine is, I like to have it so that 1, it covers up the back portion here, and 2, it looks presentable in the front to where it's a nice little angle. And basically what I'm trying to do here is try and structure a nice little wave and do it in a timely manner that doesn't drive me crazy because it's going to take you forever to do it. That's why most people do speed throughs and they do this stuff. I'm the only psychopath trying to do this in real time. And that was the bottom of the page, but I don't know if I showed you that before, but that's how she looks. One more thing before I go. I forgot to buy elastics because I'm a dum-dum, so I'm going to use some measuring tape because that's what I have on hand. Similar to what I'm doing here, we're going to press the hair in place. So I'm going to go right in the middle, right along here, and not too tightly, but pull it enough to where it's holding it snug to create a crease in the hair so that the page boy just presses in the middle there. Taking a pin, stick that through my measuring tape. It's sewing measuring tape, so it's had worse. And I'm gonna go through the blow dryer and hairspray and just make this thing solid. Now, excuse me, I'm gonna do those finishing touches. I'll be right back with the final result. All right, I am back and this is the final result. Oh my God, ooh, my titty's showing. That's how you can tell I was working hard, like my boobs shift in this dress, oh my God. This is the final result. I'm very happy with her. She is a fun page boy hairstyle restored. Yes, and I managed to get a little bit more volume in there so that way when Coco actually tries it on, it's gonna look even bigger. Yes, I'm very pleased with this. Oh my God, it's so pretty. And if you're wondering where these big old pins came from, a friend gave them to me. I don't know where they got them, but I'm really grateful I got them though, because girl, it came in handy a lot when I had to like do these big like swoop-de-doop hairstyles. Kind of wish I had them before, but you know, it is what it is now. I have them now. Anyways, I'd like to take a moment, a Venmo moment where I thank everyone who's tipped me on Venmo. I would like to thank Nick, Dixie, James, and Kenny. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh. Keep the videos coming. We love them. Thank you, James and Kenny. Sergio, Jacob, Tanja, Christian, and Emily. Thank you all so much for the tips on Venmo. Now, I have to say, this is so much fun. If you guys want to learn more about how to restore older wigs from a previous style, let me know down below and I'll take on some more, you know, because this is one of my favorite things to do is take older wigs and just turn them into something completely new or revitalize them, you know, which I love doing it so much because you learn so much from like going through the hair and seeing like what went wrong after a certain point, like what starts to like, you know, droop and everything. You learn a lot from it. And also, I always love how much bigger the hair gets. Oh my God. Now, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye. Now hit the outro. Click here and watch me style a wig with HexGen. Or see me style knockoff Trixie wigs from Amazon. Come on, click it. You know you want to. If you don't click it, I'll make you eat the Sylvia Nick's McDonald's meal, which is a McDouble that fell on the floor. So click it.